and his professional staff and let them help you find the perfect Massey Ferguson tractor that's right for you. Any questions you have, they'll be happy to answer. Stop in today, 299 Railroad Avenue, NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 828-288-0395. Lou Gillen with your forecast for today. Looking for sunshine all day with highs around 45 degrees, but that wind chill as low as 20 degrees. Clear tonight, lows around 15. That wind chill value as low as 4 degrees. Sunshine for tomorrow, highs around 35, but that wind chill as low as 3 degrees. Clear overnight, lows around 12. That wind chill as low as 3 degrees. Sunshine for Sunday, highs around 45. Again, that wind chill as low as 3 degrees. Clear overnight, lows around 19. And then for Monday, sunshine, highs warming around 50 degrees. That's your forecast. We are Pure Country, 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
And we're back in 3, 2.
How was your weekend? What did you do?
Well, it was okay.
But not nearly long enough.
And I did nothing.
Well, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
But then something happened that made it
Horrible.
Horrible.
just horrible. What happened? What happened?
Monday.
You ruined a perfectly good weekend.
Monday morning, you're going to be like, it's showtime.
Monday does indeed ruin a perfectly good weekend. Have
Yes,
you
it
ever
really.
noticed that?
Yes, it does.
Sometimes it just.
But you know what? If we were off Monday, Tuesday would ruin a perfectly good weekend.
If it was a 5-day weekend, we would still complain about Monday.
Yeah, we would.
If the only day we had to work was Monday, we would still complain.
You know, I've decided I've turned over a new leaf.
What was the underside like?
Terrible.
Okay.
I've turned over a new leaf.
There you go.
I'm going to be happy every day, and think when Monday rolls around, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to get up and just roll with
Y'all
it.
need to get on the Blue Room in our chat, YouTube channel. Look at Tracy in her pink, and she's got the matching bracelet. Oh, what does that say on the bracelet?
I don't know.
What does it say?
Oh, love.
Love. Did Lauren make that for you?
No, but it looks like it.
I mean, it looks like, you know how kids do the crafts. And
they do make these, but she didn't make that.
That's pretty.
Thank you
Tracy's
very much.
looking ready. I'm wearing black.
Oh, I wear black so much I feel like Johnny Cash.
I'm the man in black.
So I thought I'd wear pink today.
Yeah, black and pink.
There you go.
Pink is the new, orange is the new black. What?
Well, I don't understand what they mean by
I
that.
don't understand.
Well, that went over my head.
What it is I guess black matches everything, no matter what you wear. Like I'm wearing brown pants.
Right,
and
it
black.
does.
Black shirts
goes with anything.
So I
and
guess
it's
what
slimming.
they're saying, well,
it's slimming.
I would need that in a mirror. But anyway, orange is the new. Orange goes with everything now.
Right.
So you can wear orange with everything.
Orange goes with everything.
Yeah, I don't see that.
You know, I've never been a big fan of orange. I mean, I don't look good in orange. I guess that's what.
I've
never thought about me wearing orange a lot. I mean, it's pretty with white to me.
My only problem was
like in the summer.
When I wear orange, I like a big pumpkin.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I've got some orange shirts that I don't wear. I don't know. I'm more of a green.
Yeah. You know, every
blue.
time I go shopping, I am not going to buy a black shirt. I refuse to buy a black shirt this time because I have so many black things.
And then you buy a black shirt.
And I mean, it's the prettiest one.
Yeah.
I thought, oh gosh, it's black again.
That's
but
pretty.
I guess.
Look at there. Creighton Love's checking in on the YouTube this morning. Good morning, Creighton.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning on this Monday.
And we're back in 3, 2.
How was your weekend? What did you do?
Well, it was okay.
But not nearly long enough.
And I did nothing.
Well, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
But then something happened that made it
Horrible.
Horrible.
just horrible. What happened? What happened?
Monday.
You ruined a perfectly good weekend.
Monday morning, you're going to be like, it's showtime.
So they tell us to do one thing, and
Well.
I do that, and it doesn't work, so I have to do the other thing that I was told not to do to make it work the way it should be. And
Yeah. And then when you go back and try to have a conversation, it just ain't the same. We just had a conversation with ourselves.
We just had a great conversation about, matching orange and black, and Tracy in the blue room wearing the pink shirt. And well,
good morning. Good morning, Todd.
That was Friends in Low Places. By God. I guess we could say we have friends in low places.
I guess we do.
Good morning. It is currently 18 degrees outside. Came to work this morning. It was 16. Didn't seem like it was that cold to me.
No, I don't think I didn't feel that cold either. There was a little bit of ice on my windshield.
Speaking of cold.
Yeah.
You're going somewhere interesting this week. Up to the Gatlinburg Titanic Museum.
I sure am. After our show Friday, I'm going to go to Golden Valley and swoop up Mama.
You're going to vamonos.
Yeah, I'm a what?
Vamonos.
What's that? Don't even sound good.
It means go away. Vamonos, vamonos, muchachos.
Oh, yes, I'm going to vamonos or whatever.
Vamonos to Gatlinburg.
Yep, we're going to the Titanic Museum.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Well, folks, just a reminder, Green Street is closing starting today. New temporary traffic configuration is already in place along Charlotte Road. And if you live on Green Street, you will still have access, but there will be no through traffic. In other words, you can't go from Main Street, Rutherford, over to... I forgot what the name of this road. Railroad Avenue.
Railroad Avenue.
Also, a new temporary traffic signal expected to be installed on Charlotte Road to allow for heavy trucks transporting dirt to safely cross the highway. So Green Street is going to be closed as of today, and they're expecting that to be closed for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Long time. So
yep, it seems like a long time.
Yeah.
But, you turn around and it's passed.
You'll be like...
It's crazy.
Oh, wow, has it already been 2 years?
And then a road will be finished. You'll think, wow, look at that.
How did we live without
pop out
this
the blue?
road? Sly checking in with us on the YouTube this morning. Said, good morning, Todd and Tracy. Hope y'all are doing great. We are doing wonderful this morning. We keep talking to ourselves for some reason.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I guess that's the key to a good radio show.
Well,
We
sometimes
forget.
when you talk to yourself, I mean, you're the only one to listen.
Yeah, I mean, really.
We do have good advice, don't we?
I had over the weekend, I was out somewhere with Karen, and we were talking to a gentleman.
Uh-huh.
And he was asking, a guy, he bought something from me is what it was.
Right.
I sold a sandblast cabinet, but he was like, aren't you the guy on the radio? I was like, yeah, that's me.
That'd be me.
That's cool. I like it when people associate. It's good to know that people listen to me. I didn't realize many people listen to us there's a lot of people listen to us.
Yeah, we do have some.
Especially when you'll be going
followers.
along and somebody will be like, those pork brains you were talking about, those are not,
Yeah, I know.
or just whatever.
Please, I'd forgotten about that.
Well, they're reminded in your office in there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got them sitting in my office.
Let's go ahead and get started with our call around report this morning. We got a lot to go through this morning. We're going to check in with all our points around the county, find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours. Well, it'll be 48 hours while you've been asleep. Here's Chronicles of the Old West. Dakota Livesay doing a wonderful job of that. Here we go.
John X. Beadler grew up in Pennsylvania. With little schooling, John, who preferred to be called just X, tried trades such as shoemaking, brickmaking, broom manufacturing, farming, bartending, and gold mining. But none of them agreed with him. This short, pompous man with a drooping, untrimmed mustache bounced about from Pennsylvania to Illinois, Kansas, Texas, Colorado, and finally in 1863 he ended up in Virginia City, Montana. This was during the time the Innocents were causing a crime wave throughout the area and the Montana Vigilantes were formed. X had had some experience in vigilantism while in Kansas. He had even shown a humorous side after the bad guys had been shot by a howitzer filled with printer type. He remarked, "This should teach them to read." Most of the Montana Vigilantes remained anonymous, but not X. He welcomed any attention he could receive and became a man of legends and myths. X was the hangman of 5 road agents at Virginia City on January 14, 1864. And spent 2 years at the forefront of the Vigilantes. After the Vigilantes disbanded, X stayed on and worked as a collector of customs, stagecoach shotgun, and deputy U.S. Marshal. When X fell on hard times, many helped him out financially. A bill was even introduced to give him assistance, but it was defeated. John X. Beadler died on January 22, 1890, a bitter man, thinking he should have been taken care of because of his service as a vigilante. But he wasn't totally forgotten. On his death certificate, his occupation was listed as public benefactor. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
11 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday morning, going to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. With us is Deputy Lytle. Deputy, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Hope you are.
Doing good. What do you got for us?
So I got Sheriff's Office processed 21 arrests, 163 incarcerated, and they had 104 calls for service. That's all I have for the morning.
Deputy Lytle, we appreciate your report. Hope you have a great Monday. Most of all, be safe.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Deputy Lytle with that report from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. Going to move over to the 911 Communications Center after this.
If you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate, closings, Medicaid planning, or just legal representation, contact attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. They offer years of experience and expertise. Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let the professional team go to work for you.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday morning, going over to the 911 Communications Center. With us is Amber. Amber, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Hope you are.
Doing good. What do you have on the report for us this morning?
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County 911 Communications has processed 802 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 85 calls for EMS. For law enforcement, there were 404 calls for the Sheriff's Department, 130 for Forest City, 12 for Lake Lure, 65 for Rutherfordton, and 76 for Spindale. For fire calls, Cliffside responded to a residential fire alarm, Ellenborough responded to a brush fire and an illegal burn, Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident, Green Hill responded to a motor vehicle accident, Hadley responded to a residential fire alarm and a brush fire, Rutherfordton responded to a brush fire, residential fire alarm, and a gas leak. SDO responded to 2 motor vehicle accidents and 3 brush fires, and Shingle Hollow responded to 2 residential fire alarms. And that's all.
Amber, thanks so much for the report. Hope you have a good Monday.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Amber with that report from the 911 Communications Center and the 911 Communications Center report and the report from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department being brought to you by the folks over at Jane's Discount Grocery.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Folks, North Washington Street Baking Company, that's a brand new business right here in the county. Guess where it's located? You're right, North Washington Street.
Bing, bing, bing. I got it.
They specialize in cupcakes. They have all flavors. They've got brownie bars, cookies, pies, cakes by the slice. You can order an entire cake if you want. Scones in many different flavors. Now, scones, you know what scones are in England? Biscuits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they call them scones.
Okay.
I don't know why thought to share that with you at that point in time. But
Well, thank you.
you can enjoy the almond and chocolate croissants. Also, lemon. They have blueberry. They've got fresh strawberry and cranberry pecan, or the delicious sweet potato muffin or sweet bread. If you have an event coming up and you need a sweet treat, call on North Washington Street Baking Company. They offer platters and combination trays from a few to a crowd. And I've been watching their Facebook page over the weekend, and they were putting out some
good,
delicious.
I'm gonna go over there today and check on them.
Oh yeah,
see how they're doing.
Get us a sample.
I sure will. I'll bring us
quality control.
I'll bring us back some more.
Melissa Carey is the baker with 30 years experience. She was the baker over at the cafe at the mall. They're open Monday. Where did I see that? Monday through Friday, 8 until 4. Saturday, 8 until 1. They're closed Wednesday and Sunday. 838 North Washington Street in Rutherford, near Tony's Produce. Call them at 828-827-3747. It is a sweet experience to go see North Washington Street.
Yes, it is.
Baking Company.
You will not regret it.
Going over to the Shiloh, Danieltown, put the Oakland on the end of that, and you've got Creighton Lovelace.
Yeah, with a
morning.
brain in his hand and a pen in the other hand.
Thank you.
That'll never die. That'll never die, Creighton.
Got up yesterday morning, and Karen has this cough that she cannot get rid of.
It's not kennel cough, is it?
I don't know what it is. It's probably hanging around with a dog like me.
There you go.
I
Maybe
mean,
you need to take her to the vet.
She cannot get rid of it.
Oh, I know. That is so aggravating.
And she's like, it's a bee sting on the inside of her throat.
Oh, yeah.
And if she eats, if she drinks, she'll.
Bless her heart.
I mean, it's horrible.
It does. Sometimes it takes a cough months to go away, it seems like.
Mama was running around yesterday morning in and out of the bathroom, and I'm just sitting there like, you know what? we're going to watch Creighton on YouTube this morning.
Well, he's definitely praying for y'all yesterday, brother. Amen to that.
So I didn't want to. I don't think Karen. She went to the doctor with Mama, and the doctor kind of looked at.
But she has asthma anyway, don't she?
Yeah, said it could be brought on by allergies and asthma. So.
Nicholas, he's got asthma, and he would always have that little hat cough.
Yep, it just.
And the doctor said one time, anybody that has asthma, they do that.
Oh yeah.
They'll have that little cough.
And it actually seems to be better in the summer. So.
Yeah.
We're waiting on summer. Now, I'm not saying that the next time we'll be in church is summer. That's not what I'm saying. But
we hope not, amen.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Creighton will be coming to your house, setting up a
Today we're going to
tent
have
revival.
broadcast from the Kaiser residence.
Broadcasting live from Pea Ridge. We're going to temporarily move Danieltown over to the basement of the house over there.
Hey, and then after we have service, we can watch Star Wars.
That's right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Y'all got it all figured out now.
We got it figured out now.
We'll have to kick Canyon out of the man cave, but he'll be all right. And then I read that poor Charlotte and Scott, their radiator in their car busted.
Oh no!
So they were having a time with that. Oh man!
I tell you, old Slewfoot, he's on the march everywhere we go.
You know, I heard a preacher say one time, as long as the devil's always on your heels, you're going in the right direction.
That's right. That's true.
That's right.
Creighton, anything happening over in the SDO Fire District this morning?
Well, it is the 22nd day of the year. As long as we're in January, those days match the day of the year. There are 344 days left in this year, so time is marching on. Today is the National Sanctity of Human Life Day. What a wonderful day to celebrate life. You know, I'm reminded the Bible says in Jeremiah chapter 1, in the first part of verse 5, God tells Jeremiah, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. That tells me right there that God's got his hands at work inside of the womb. What a blessing to know. Over the weekend, Assistant Chief Hopper reported that SDO responded to 5 wood fires, 1 motor vehicle accident, and they assisted EMS 3 times. On the birthdays, anniversaries, and events calendar, guys, we don't have anything to report, but we would like to remind everybody that yesterday, 200 years ago, one of great American generals was born in 1824. That was Thomas Jonathan Jackson, better known as Stonewall Jackson, and he passed away on May 10th, 1863, after having been wounded by his own men. His left arm was amputated. He was beginning to recover, but then he contracted pneumonia, and he died on May 10th at the age of 39. Meanwhile, in the fire district, the weather looks like it's going to be mainly sunny to start off with, then a few afternoon clouds with a high of 47. Looks like tonight it's going to be partly cloudy. Skies will give way to cloudy skies late, and then there'll be a low of 29. That's better than these teens we've been having. Sunrise coming up at 7:33 a.m. Sunset will be at 5:44 p.m. The moon is still in the wax and gibbous phase, and the signs today, well, they're back in the neck. And remember, green thumbs, that's a very fertile sign. The moon is still in the light phase now, and it will be until the 25th, when it'll flip back over to the dark phase, kind of backwards, because that usually happens whenever we get a full moon. And Todd and Tracy, why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
I don't know. I give.
Because they flew over the bay, that'd be bagels.
We call them bagels.
Bagels.
Oh, that is really good. I was just going to say one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Right. And that's about all we got to report, guys, over here in the SDNO Fire District.
Here's something I've found interesting. Time will change again in March.
Really?
March the 10th.
Thank
and
goodness.
Actually, oh my gosh.
What?
Easter will be in March.
I know. Yeah, we got an early Easter.
March 31st.
Yeah.
That'll be the last Sunday of the month.
That's early.
Yeah, it is.
That's early Easter, right?
Early Easter. All right, Creighton, we appreciate it. Hope you have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All righty. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thanks.
Take care.
Creighton with that report from the SDO Fire District. Jonna Prescott checking in on the YouTube. Jonna, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're going to move over to the, where am I going?
We're going up to Lake Lure.
That's right. Chimney Rock Fire. I looked right there and couldn't even see it. Chimney Rock Fire District.
I'm
Chris
glad
Melton.
I'm driving.
That's right. You drive. I'll steer, whatever. Hold on.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
23 minutes after 7 o'clock. Chris is talking about getting in some coffee. I read something interesting yesterday. If you've got bitter coffee, put you some salt in it.
Salt.
And it takes the bitterness out of the coffee.
Really?
I did not know that. And my wife says, oh, yeah.
Huh. Does it cause high blood pressure?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a coffee drinker,
Right.
but my wife does. And,
I like 1 cup a day, and that's
well,
it.
if you ever get some bitter coffee, sprinkle some
Yeah.
salt in it.
If I ever get bitter coffee, I just pour it out.
No, salt it, and it'll take care of that bitterness. And then I've
Put a little extra milk in it.
I've seen people that like coffee that looks like syrup.
Yeah,
I mean,
ugh.
thick, nasty.
I know.
Oh my
That
gosh.
old black, gooey, ugh.
My buddy David, that passed away a couple of years ago, he wanted all the coffee, all the caffeine, all the black. I mean, he wanted he drank it like syrup. We went into McDonald's one time and we just put a fresh pot on. He said, no, I want the stuff you took off to make the fresh pot.
Oh my gosh. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like cowboy coffee.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
how the cowboys drank their coffee.
He drank that stuff right, boy. Ooh. Chris, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. My grandma would keep a pot all day long.
Yeah.
She'd start it in the morning and drink it till night just about.
Some people do that. Boy,
Right.
I couldn't do it.
That's tough.
My wife's sister, Tonda, her
Mhm.
husband Scott, his mama had a 12-cup coffee maker.
Right.
She'd make 3 of those a day.
Wow.
All that woman drank coffee
Oh.
all day long. Summer, winter.
Ew,
it didn't
summer.
matter. She drank coffee all the time. That woman had.
Yeah, I know people
She
do
was
that.
either finishing a pot or making a pot.
I love the smell of coffee. I
I
wish
love
I wish it tasted as good as it smelled.
No, absolutely.
It smells so good.
Chris, what you got for us this morning, sir?
Well, we're a little warmer than we was yesterday. We seen single digits yesterday. But thank the Lord that it's warming up. It's like living in Alaska.
It's
yes, it is.
But not a whole lot to report. Bills Creek ran a medical call over the weekend, and Lake Woodward and Chimney Rock and Fairfield, Dave, didn't turn the wheels, so it was a good weekend for everybody.
All right, Chris, is that all you got for us this morning?
That's all I got.
All right, we appreciate it. Hope you have a good day, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.
We'll go back to your coffee.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A lot of people asking about Steve Ernest over in the Polk County area. Well,
Yeah, I've had people ask me about that too.
International Equestrian Center. This is their slow time. You don't have a lot going on after the Winter Fest and all that. Just kind of a lull in action until spring. So we're going to catch back up with Steve probably near the time change. March.
Yep, we're missing him.
March, end of March maybe. And we're going to catch back up with him. And he's in hibernation.
Yeah.
He's sleeping all the time.
He is. He's dreaming about roses.
That's right. I don't blame him. I would be too. Going to check in with Vern Upton over in Boston after this.
Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service is the reason they continue to be voted best in pest control. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Free estimates when you call Hutchins Pest Control, and you can be sure that job is going to be done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171, and they'll be right
26
there.
minutes after 7 o'clock, DeVern Upton with us from the Ballstick Fire District. Good morning, DeVern.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We are doing just fabulous on this Monday morning.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
I told Todd I've turned over a new leaf. I'm gonna embrace Mondays instead of
dreading it.
Yeah. I'm working on that.
We'll
real hard.
see how long that lasts.
I like the next Monday.
That's right.
Y'all have confidence.
See, DeMarsha, but like, I'm over Monday. I told you, I'm over it.
I said, okay, I hate Tuesday just as much as I did Monday.
That's right. DeVern, what you got for us this morning?
Well, this morning here in Boston, we have a temperature of 19 degrees. Fire department had no calls. It's been quiet on their end. Free clothes giveaway Saturday at Faith Baptist Church there in Forest City at 10 o'clock. If you're in need, come by and get you some. And don't forget to stop in at Boston Florist and get you Valentine arrangements ordered because it's right around the corner. Then going up to the drop-in and check their deli and their meat department out. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Monday.
You do the same, DeVern. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
DeVern Upton with that report from the Ballstick Fire District. Going to move over and check in with Robbie Samuel, SDO, next.
Wayne's Lunchbox can satisfy the pickiest of eaters at lunch or dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it. You can enjoy salads, sandwiches, a limited meat and veggie menu at lunchtime, and then for supper, your choice of a meat and vegetables. Call on Wayne's for any catering event that you may have, offering catering service, so stop by 391 East Main Street in Spindale. Call 828-395-2225. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 until 2, for supper, 3 until 7.
Friends, it's 28 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this Monday. It is January the 22nd of 2024. We're going over now to the Mount Vernon Fire District, and we're going to speak with Robbie Samuel. Robbie, good morning. How are you?
Todd, you're so full of it.
I'm doing good.
I went up to Miss Ruth in the cafeteria at lunch the other day, and I was like, "Hi, Miss Ruth, how are you?" She's like, "Oh no, don't you use invoices on me. You go back to that regular one."
That lady is funny.
Miss Ruth is a trip.
I don't know her. Who is she?
I knew Miss Ruth back when I was in college,
Oh.
back in 1991. I was taking commercial graphics, and she was in the class below me. So that's how I got to know Miss Ruth. I've known her for a long time. Yeah,
I just know her from the cafeteria.
Yeah, she said, "Don't you be using them voices on me."
You just know her where there's food, don't you?
Go back to that regular one.
Oh, gosh.
Robbie, what you got going on this morning? Anything?
Well, no, it's Monday, so it's a good thing. We'll see how this week starts off. But just want to say, I know you touched on it a lither bit earlier, but just reminder, Green Street's going to be closed at starting today. So just keep that in mind as you're traveling to work this morning and the rest of the year. And
we're looking at, 2 years, right?
Well, they said by the end of the year, but I'd at least say a year and a half. Just you never know with the weather and everything else. But,
So just write that road off for a year or
Yep.
so.
yeah, pretty much. Don't bring in the new year on Green Street. So
That's right.
probably what's going to happen. But and also got some pretty exciting news. Corner Barbecue's back open today.
Awesome.
I did
Yep.
see that.
Oh, that's good. I've
Yeah,
wondered
they-
about them for so long.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah.
It's good to,
That's your
that
eating
they're
place,
back.
isn't it?
Oh, we love it. I'll tell you what, it's just hard to beat.
Yeah.
Now, if we could
Really
get
good.
Asian Walk back open, but we'd have something. We'd have going on.
Boy, you ain't kidding. That's what we was talking about yesterday. That,
Yep.
Man, that was some good stuff. But man, maybe so. You can't never tell. But really, other than that, the fire departments, Hudlow and Rupton, just had both of them had a few grass fires this weekend, and Rupton ended up going to a fire alarm yesterday and various medical calls. So they was pretty busy this weekend, but it sounds like it wasn't nothing too major for anybody. So hopefully we can continue that this week. It's a new week, and it's the last full week of January already. Here we go. We're knocking on February's door.
Yes,
So,
we are. We're knocking on groundhog.
Good Lord, it is.
Knocking on the little groundhog's
I didn't
door.
realize that until you said that.
Yeah.
You know, like 3 days from the day a month ago was Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
The time is fleeting.
We're going to turn around. It's going to be the 4th of July and be like,
I know.
well,
Wow, we'll be going, gosh, it's hot.
gosh, it's
I
hot.
can't stand this heat.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
shoot, I don't like the heat. I don't. I'm happy with what we got right now. I don't want to be frozen to death.
If it
I'm
would
happy with
just,
what we got.
of course, I mean, we can't put in a request. We can put in a request, but you know, it's not on us. But if it would just stay like 70 degrees all the time, wouldn't that be great?
Oh man,
Just
it'd be
70.
That would be heaven.
High,
It would be
high of 75 and a low
Yeah.
of 67.
Yeah.
Somewhere or about,
I
maybe
guarantee
60
you.
in
I
the evening,
guarantee you,
know.
Mama would still be cold. You hear that, Mama?
Martha, do something with her when she gets home. Lord.
That sounds like Mama. She's the same way. It'd be 900 degrees outside. And she'd say, "I need a blanket." Just go sit in the sun, Mama. It'd feel good for you.
That's what my mama
Oh.
do. What my mom don't realize is my temperature stays at 72 usually year round. That's
Yeah.
a good comfortable zone. For some reason, in the summer, I've got to go outside. It's hot. It's the same 72
Yeah.
that it's been. I don't understand.
I'm
Or
gonna
got
have-
to go outside. I'm cold. She'll go out
Yeah.
and sit in the sun. It's cold in here.
I guess I'm gonna have to take a igloo thing for Mama when we go up to Gatlinburg Friday.
Mm-hmm.
One of those
Okay.
little coats.
Take your little heater and let her
Yeah.
put on the floorboard there.
It's a little Eskimo
Well,
coat.
It's kind of funny though. Today's a little warmer than it has been, but to me it felt colder when I went outside than what it did yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know. It's just weird, but I thought, well, heck, it ain't 18 degrees this morning or 12, whatever it was yesterday morning. It's about 20, I think, is what I seen a while ago,
You know
or
what?
18.
You know
It
what
still
that-
didn't feel.
Here's what that tells me. We're getting used to it.
Yep.
We're getting
must
used
be.
to it. I don't know.
Maybe
Oh.
so. That'd be all right too.
Yep.
But Robbie,
But-
if that's all you got, we'll move on down the road.
Yeah, that's all we got. Just hope everybody has a good week and stay safe and y'all take care of you as well and enjoy your Monday.
We'll do it, Robbie. Hope you have a good day, and we'll
right.
talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you
Thanks.
then.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Robbie Samuel with a report from the Mount Vernon Fire District. That's going to make way for us to move over to Sue Price.
Hey, let me tell you, Todd.
What you got?
Ran into Jim Bishop yesterday.
Jim Bishop, of all people.
Yeah, I sure did at the Dragon
I bet
Palace.
I bet he was eating
Yeah,
somewhere.
he was. He sure was, and
Jim
he
likes that Dragon Palace.
he
pretty
loves
good.
Dragon Palace. But he looked really good, and we just
The
chatted
same
for
old
just
Jim.
same old Jim.
Same old
He
Jim.
seemed just like his old self.
I've got a little something I'm working on when we open the new WCAB studios. We have our grand opening.
Right.
I've already put it into talks with Mike, our engineer, and he's going to pass the cinnamon on along to Brian Seabold, our general manager, and the owner, Billy Buck Blevins. I've got a little something that I'm going to present Jim coming
okay.
up. So, yeah, I hope he's there with us, and I'm going to present it to him. And it'll be we're either going to keep it in the studio in honor of, or I'm going to let him take it home, whatever one he wants to do.
Well, we'll have to kind of give him a heads up so that him and Faye won't be on a cruise.
Absolutely. He's got to be there with us. That's coming up before you know it.
Yes,
so
it will.
We're going to be
Very
downtown
close.
Rutherfordton, so we're close to that. Can't wait. We're getting excited.
Yes, we are.
We're going to move over and talk with Sue Price after you hear this.
It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherfordton, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com.
Lord, we run out of commercial. 35 minutes after 7. I looked up, there wasn't nothing playing.
Me and Todd, we just looked at there, get to talking, and time just gets away.
Yeah, I looked up, there wasn't nothing running. I thought, well, dead air. Here we come. Sue, good morning.
Good morning. It's a good.
How is Mr. Richard doing?
Yes.
Well, I got to go see him yesterday. He's doing pretty good.
Oh, good.
How long?
Better. They're going to start therapy today, so.
Awesome.
How long they think he'll be there?
Well, they wasn't sure. Said
Depends
1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but anyway, he looked good. And
he might get out there and run a
he's
marathon.
still just a little confused, but
Yeah.
I guess it's the medicine and just
Oh, I'm
being
sure.
in different places and shoved around. So.
Yeah, that medicine, that's crazy. The medicine they give you, it messes you up anyway.
But he looked good, and he talked
good.
some, and
He was just glad to see his sweetheart, wasn't he?
he was. He looked at me, and had me all wrapped up. She unwrapped my head. He said, "Oh,
Look like
I thought it was Adrian." I said, "No, it's not Adrian."
You look like a little snow person, huh?
Oh.
Oh, but he's doing better.
Well, Sue, how long have you and Richard been married?
63 years.
Wow,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Oh, my goodness, it is.
It's a long while.
Mm-hmm.
That's an entire lifetime.
It
One of
sure
the
is.
girls that was working with him last night said, "Are you his wife?" I said, "Yes." She said, "How long have y'all been married?" And I told her. She said, "Oh my goodness." She said, "How did you do that?" I said, "Love."
That's right.
Well, when you're with the right one, it's not hard, is it?
Some of the best advice
We have had a pretty good life. There's been ups and downs and
Oh, absolutely.
hospital visits for the kids and just normal stuff. But
Some of the first piece of advice I ever got was the first Christmas that me and Karen spent together. We wasn't married yet, but we had already planned our wedding. We went up to Franklin with her to her grandmother's house.
Right.
And I was in the kitchen talking with Miss Lottie and Mr. Troy about how long they'd been married. They'd been married several, 60-something years. And I asked Miss Lottie, I said, what's the key to a long marriage? And she said, never let the sun set on your anger. And I was like, I didn't understand that at first, but many, many years later, I can attest to that. Don't ever go to bed mad at each other. You know, just get over it, go on. You're still married. Oh, well.
You're still married. Oh, well.
Get over it. Get over it. And a lot of compromise along the way.
Yeah. I don't understand all these people that want to fuss and fight. I can't. I'm just not. I'm too happy of a person to waste time doing that.
There's better things to do in this world.
There is. I know.
So what you got for us this morning?
well, I didn't have any calls from the fire department. I did see they put down the road. It must have been a medical call, but I have no birthdays or anniversaries on my church calendar for Duncan's Creek. On my personal calendar, I got a birthday for Pauline McCurry. Happy birthday, Pauline. I don't guess she gets to listen to us, but anyway. And Fairview has birthdays for Randy Head, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Xander, Xander Philbeck, and Pauline McCurry, and Ashley Self. So hope all those folks will have a good birthday, and we hope anybody's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. get out and enjoy some cool weather. And so far, today is the blood collection up at the clubhouse, Golden Valley Community Club, Monday, January 22nd, 3 to 7 p.m. And all donors get a $20 e-gift card, a long-sleeve T-shirt, a wellness checkup, including blood pressure, pulse, temperature, iron count, and cholesterol screening. So that's a good deal. But we hope we'll have a good turnout for that. They say blood's really in need now, so I guess this cold weather and everything's bringing on some problems. Anyway, we hope we have a good turnout for that. And so far, that's the only announcement I have. It's calm and quiet over here. Looking for a good day, and I hope y'all will have one.
Well, thank you so much, Sue. I hope you have a good Monday. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Sue.
Thanks,
Take
bye-bye.
care.
Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. We're going to move over to Tina White. Talk with her next.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
7:41, and you
Sorry,
asked
Todd.
Tina 2 seconds to go, and you asked Tina this long, drawn-out question.
I love you too, Todd.
Oh, Tracy, I love you too, girl. Don't you ever forget it. Tina, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Monday. I am doing great. Had a wonderful weekend. I'm just wishing Alaska would go home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pack your bags, get out. Get out of the South.
I mean,
it's not 6 degrees.
We've had Alaska and had one drop of snow.
It did.
That's
did
not
you say
fair.
a snow flurry Friday?
Yeah, but where is it?
Well,
It didn't lay.
Real pretty.
It
was pretty.
Just a little bit.
That's all we get to see, ain't it?
Well, I've changed my perspective. You know, I've had several surgeries on my right foot and had some amputation several years ago. And I wish Dr. Bob was around because this cold weather just flares it up. I don't want to take any narcotics or Tylenol and ibuprofen every day, but this cold weather makes me hurt. I don't like it.
Did you say you had an amputation?
I did. On my
Really?
right foot, I've had, yeah.
I didn't know
Well,
that. Goodness.
I've been through some miracles. I can tell you all about them.
Do you have
That's why
do you have
when-
diabetes?
I do, and
Do ya?
that's when Todd had his leg. The problem, I was
Oh.
like, you know, pick that up and do what you're supposed to.
Absolutely.
Right. Yep. That's true. Wow, you have been through it, girl. I didn't know that.
Thank goodness I didn't have any problems out of that.
I know.
Yes, praise the Lord.
You
Yeah.
could have lost your whole leg, actually. I mean, that's.
Well, let's see what we can be thankful for this morning. The fire department. They had one fire alarm and a medical call over the weekend, and we're so thankful for them and praise God for all our volunteer firefighters and non-volunteer, the ones that get paid. We're very thankful for you guys. On the birthday calendar today, I have a friend of mine and Nevaeh's volleyball coach. It's Miss Kristen Jenkins. So, Kristen, hope you have a wonderful birthday. And Amy Patterson went to school with her out at Sunshine, and Chuck Wilson. I hope all those have a happy birthday. Todd, I missed you and Karen and your mama last night. I looked for you.
Karen, with that hacking cough, and Mama just, she was running to the bathroom all day yesterday, and she had got the news that one of her old friends had passed away. Used to live in behind us there. She passed away Friday, and she was hurt.
She was grieving.
Dinky Green, I don't know if y'all knew Dinky
I've heard that
Green,
name.
Dinky and David Green over there on Pea Ridge. David stopped by the house yesterday. Boy, he was a mess. But I just talked to him and I reassured him that everything was going to be okay. And you know, he's a better better plan in place already. So
that is right. So true.
I just remember that family, if you would, this morning. I know they were married a long, long time.
Well, we'll remember them, and I shared with you on Facebook the service from last night, so maybe you can cast that to the TV and let your mama watch it with you and Karen. And
that wasn't what I got, Tina.
That's not what you got?
I looked at that, and I got a thing that said, let's see, what did it say?
I'll go back and try again.
Send that again. Maybe I did.
I am technically challenged, you guys. So if I ever send the wrong thing, please forgive me.
Yes, I am the same way.
Yep. I'll go back and check that again. But anyway, yep, just let me know on that and send it again if you need to. I'll sure pull it up and let Mama see it.
Okay, well, y'all have a great day. God bless you. And get Karen some fire cider. Naturally on Main, out there Main Street, Forest City. Fire cider for her cough.
Is that the same thing as moonshine?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe it just had a prettier name.
Yeah. Fire cider.
It sounds good anyway, don't it?
I don't think it tastes too good, but it works.
Oh, yeah. Usually anything that tastes good is good for you.
So there you go.
So, yeah.
Tina, we appreciate it. Hope you have a good Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Y'all too.
All right.
Thanks.
Stay safe out there.
You too. Bye-bye.
Tina White with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District. That's where she's at.
Did you
We got to
forget where
move
you
to.
were?
I forgot again.
I know.
My mind's going 100 miles an hour.
Oh, it is.
And it needs to obey the speed limit. Union Mills Fire District is next.
Sis Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com or call them at 245-1626.
Good morning, Brenda Kelly.
And she said, hello, country bumpkin.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm doing good.
And she said, hello, country bumpkin. How's the frost out on the pumpkin?
Oh, that's such a good
there's
song.
just something about that
There is.
slide guitar.
Oh.
There's just something about that.
There's just something about that old country music like that. Oh,
And
love it.
And if I could find it, I'd play it. That first note when I have to find it anyway. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I can't think of the name of the song, but I'll George Strait.
Oh, I don't know a whole lot about George Strait.
Oh, he's good too. I like old George.
Now, George Jones, yeah.
Yeah, I like him too.
Oh, yeah. But we hope everybody's having a good Monday morning. I've got 16 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays, any anniversaries. I don't know of anything going on.
Where'd she go?
How about that when it runs up behind the old schoolhouse?
What's that?
The road that cuts our...
You talking about Collette Street?
No. It's in behind Food Line and in front of that auto parts place. Don't that go all the way through?
No, that don't.
Does it not? I would thought it would too.
Because I was going to take a shortcut up through there one day, and it don't. Go that way.
Oh.
Here's that song I was talking about. That first little intro part, the violin.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Oh yeah, Amarillo by morning.
Amarillo by morning. There you go.
Yeah, just that first little violin lick, boy. That golly, just sets the mood.
If I could play anything, if I could learn to play anything, a fiddle is what I want to learn.
A fiddle, not a violin.
Well, no, I'm not classy like that.
I would like to learn to play the piano like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, man.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
The killer.
The killer. I tell you, if you don't want to play If you want to play the piano like somebody, Jerry Lee'd be the man.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to play the piano. I love music. I'd love to be able to sing. Some songs I can sing, and some no, I can't.
Yeah, these.
Hey, I just got a message here. The road Brenda is talking about, that is 2nd Street, and it is now dead end.
Yeah, it dead's end.
Oh.
Right up, if you go up past the school and downhill, it dead's end. You have to turn around and go back. Yeah.
It used to go all the way through, though. So they.
It did, yeah.
And so we're going to have to go where, all the way up and come down North Washington Street.
Yep, you can either go down Charlotte Road, or you're going to have to go in behind there, or.
And Charlotte Road's is what, just 2 lanes now?
Yep.
Goodness, I know I was through that other day, and I thought, golly, I don't like this. I don't see why we need all this.
I don't either, Brenda.
I really don't. I mean, we're not Washington, D.C. or Charlotte.
Yeah, I wondered, about that too. Why do we need all these roads?
Uptown. What do you mean?
See what?
We're uptown. What do you mean?
They call it, let's see, what they call it, progress. But, I'm not sure if it's, are we progressing? I'm not sure.
I could use all that money somewhere else. I mean, it's such a big area from Charlotte Road all the way up to Roper Loop.
It is.
Well,
it's messed up.
They say that con is the opposite of pro.
Mm-hmm.
So is the opposite of progress Congress?
Oh, there you go.
And then you're in a mess.
You nailed that one.
There you go.
There's the problem.
There it is.
There's the problem.
Brenda, we appreciate it. Hope you have a good Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Check on Luther.
We'll do it. Thanks.
Catch you later.
Bye. Brenda Kelly with that report from Union Mills Fire District. We are indeed going to go check on Luther Gillikin after this.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield
Going down to Luther Gillikin in Ellenboro now. Luther, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Luther.
Good morning to you, too. I hope you're doing great.
We surely are. Now that we're talking to you, we're doing good.
That's right. That's a good thing to be doing.
That's it.
But it's a good day down here. Sun's up, I'm up, coffee's good, we're raring to go. But it's been a quiet weekend for the most part. Fire department really had 2 calls. They went and looked for an accident on the bypass, but they went up and down the bypass and never did find anything, so they gave up on that. Then about 4 o'clock this morning, they had a medical call. But they're quiet right now, and nothing going on with them. So everything's peaceful down here. You two have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Luther, we'll see you then. Thanks.
Take care.
Take care.
Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District. That's going to wrap up our call around report for this morning. Folks, I'm going to tell you about Granny Bees. They are our official birthday sponsor and for the birthday giveaway right here. They have fresh, delicious donuts. You can enjoy the Long John, the Orange Twist, the Cream-Filled Donut, or the original glazed donut. Also, don't forget, Granny Bees does lunch. Stop in and order a delicious Granny Bees sub sandwich or a fresh salad. They do beautiful cakes for showers, weddings, birthdays, or any occasion you need a cake. If you'd rather have those pettifours, you can get those instead. Granny Bees hours are Tuesday through Friday, 9 until 7, Saturday, 9 until 6. Call them at 286-9012, located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary today, give me a call, 287-3356. We'll have a party, and we'll pick a winner, and that winner will receive a box of those pettifours, compliments of Granny Bees and Pure Country.
The Duke of Wellington, the British military leader who defeated Napoleon at Waterloo, was a demanding general. He was bright, a great strategist, and successful army officer. But he seldom handed out words of commendation and support. One never knew just where one stood with him, and almost never heard a compliment. He was not a nice man to be around. Later in his life, he was asked by a young lady what he might do differently if he had to live life over again. He pondered the question for a little while and responded, "I'd give more praise." There was just one problem with his answer. When our life is nearly over, it is too late to do much about it. Too bad that he had not thought about it before the late date. However, for you and me, there is still time. we can make sure praise and encouragement are a part of our daily vocabulary. Rather than nitpicking faults, we can find words of affirmation and compliment. Henry Ward said, "Flatter me, and I may not believe you. Criticize me, and I may not like you. Ignore me, and I may not forgive you. But encourage me, and I will not forget you." And the Apostle Paul's frequent use of encouragement can be summed up in his own words. And he said, "And we urge you to encourage the disheartened, help the weak, and be patient with everyone." This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday today to Gail Logan. That's Bob and Emma Jean's daughter.
It sure is. Happy birthday, Gail.
Happy birthday, Gail. And you are the winner of our Pettiforce because there's nobody else was
That's
called
it.
in. That's it.
Congratulations.
Birthdays and events throughout history. On this day in 1931, you remember Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers.
Well, I know him.
Today was his birthday.
Oh, well, happy
He
birthday,
died in
Sam.
1964. You remember Bill Bixby? He was born
Yes,
in
he was the Hulk.
1934. The Incredible Hulk. He passed away in 1993. I did not know
Yeah.
that. On this day in 1949, he's got a voice. Steve Perry used to be the lead singer of Journey. Oh, he can still sing. 1952, Teddy Gentry was born. He's the bass player for Alabama.
Oh.
Remember him? 1959, Linda Blair. Remember her from The Exorcist?
Oh,
No,
gosh.
Was it or Polter? One of them
I
scary
don't know.
movies.
I didn't watch it.
One of them scary movies.
Yeah.
Today's
I remember
her
that
birthday.
name, Blair.
And in 1968, Guy Fieri was born. 1959, Buddy Holly makes his last recordings in his hotel room. He records some of his popular songs on a little tape recorder.
Oh,
and of course, he is later on
plane
killed in a plane
crash.
crash. The day the music died is what they call that. 1968, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In premieres on NBC. That's a funny, funny show. 1973, on this day, Roe versus Wade was put into effect, which legalizes abortion. Proud to say that our country has done away with that. And 2002, on this day, Kmart files for bankruptcy. That's why you don't see any Kmarts anymore.
Poor Kmart.
Today is National Polka Dot Day.
Polka dot, I don't have
Okay,
any.
I'm out.
I'm not kind of polka dot person.
Today's Celebration of Life Day and National Blonde Brownie Day.
Blonde
So
brownie.
there you are. You are up to date on this history,
Interesting.
on this day in history. Congratulations again to Gail Logan. She's the winner of our Pettiforce. Compliments of Granny Beans. Gonna see if we can get a hold of Brother Wayne over at Wayne's Lunchbox this morning. See what's going on over there this morning. I know we had a lot of catering going on over the weekend. I did see that on Facebook. Wayne Rollins with us this morning from Wayne's Lunchbox. Good morning.
Good morning, Wayne.
Man, it's a little nippy.
Just a little bit.
Well, I can tell you, when was it? Friday. I did some stuff in our freezer, reorganized it a little bit, and we had a little leak in there, and we had some ice in there, and I busted it out, and it's still sitting on the sidewalk.
Oh, my gosh.
It ain't going to go away for a while.
If that tells you how nippy it's been over the last few days, the ice that I broke out on Friday is still there. So,
wow.
But yeah, it's definitely been some cool weather. But from what they say, we're going to go back to beach weather by the end of the week. So, good old North Carolina weather. You don't know whether to take a raincoat, a heavy coat, or a pair of flip flops.
That is true.
Just hang around a couple of days. It'll change if you don't like it.
Just keep everything handy. Lay it out, and then you'll know for the day.
That's exactly
Or
right.
just
I
take
guess
it all
that's
with
why-
you.
I guess that's why they started making walk-in closets. That way you could just go in there and find anything you need instead of just having it packed up.
That's right.
But anyway, this week we got a lot of good things going on. Of course, last week we changed up some things and ran some different items. But one couple of things you'll be able to see this week is at nighttime. Starting this week, we're going to start running our salads at night. That's been one of the big things that people have asked me about more than anything, if I could get a salad at nighttime. So we are going to allow anybody, if they want to get, one of our chef salads or the grilled chicken chef salad or the calabash chicken chef salad. So they'll be able to get those in the evening time now from 3 to 7. So you can come on by tonight. If somebody wants a salad out of the family, you can definitely come by here now and get that in the evening time. So we started that up today. We're also going to have some chili beans today. Hadn't done chili beans in quite a while, but I knew they said it was going to be a little cool again today, so I started up a good batch of chili beans this morning, and they should be good to go this afternoon, or should be ready to go by lunchtime. And we may do another batch for this evening, too. We'll just see how they go during lunchtime. Of course, today's Monday, the grilled chicken Philly. You just definitely can't go wrong with that great sandwich. Come by and get it this morning. You can change it up if you like. You can put different cheese on it. You can throw you some jalapenos on there, throw you some mushrooms, throw you a little bit of bacon. You can make it a mushroom Swiss if you'd like to. So a lot of different options you can do on any of the sandwiches that we do. And, I highly recommend to change it up a little bit. Just don't get a hamburger or a hot dog. Throw you some stuff on there, throw you some chili, some cheese, some slaw. Just make it pretty much any way that you want to, because we got a lot of different things that you can do with the sandwiches. And don't forget, you can also add cheese or chili or anything to the French fries and the tater tots. That's always a big thing with a lot of people, that they do take advantage of that. But just wanted to throw that out there. You can always throw some chili and cheese on a tater tot, and, man, it's life-changing. That's just a whole different ballgame there. So we got that, and just a few other things this week. We're going to be running a riblet. It's sort of, I want to call it a pork wing, because it's sort of like a chicken wing. When we cook these things up, the bone exposes a little bit, and you can sort of eat it like a lollipop. So we're going to run those one day this week. Just be looking for those on our Facebook page. You'll be able to get those in 5 or 10, and we're also going to have it where you can get a plate with them, so you can get 5 and then 2 sides. So we're going to run those this week. Just trying to change up a few things throughout the year, and bring in some new items. And, of course, if you got any kind of catering or anything like that you need help with, just give us a call. And believe it or not, we're already filling up. We're full with the month of May. Can't do any more caterings in May already this year into the 3rd week of the year. So if you got something coming up, please give us a call, because these dates are filling up rather quickly.
All right, Wayne, tell them where to find you.
Man, we're up here at 391 East Main Street right here toward the end of Spindale. But just come on by and check us out, and these girls will take care of you, and we'll definitely get the belly full.
All right, Wayne, we appreciate you. Hope you have a good Monday.
Y'all too, man. Thank y'all.
See you.
Take care.
Wayne with Wayne's Lunchbox. Let us know what's happening up in that way. In the world of food, go out and get a good meal today. Folks, it's been great being here with you on this Monday. Hope you have a great Monday. We're going to step aside and make way for Lou Gillum coming into the Blue Room. And remember, be good to each other. It'll all come back around to you.
We promise.
Have a great Monday.
Take care.
There are plenty of drugstores in Rutherford County, but not all of them offer the same personal customer service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team have trusted experience and professional service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1, 287-7117.
This is Dakota Livesay chronicling a true story taken from the 1800s, a time known to all as the Old West. Today's story is about a man who wasn't able to find his place in life until he was handed a hemp rope with a noose at one end. His story is coming right up.
Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside is sincerely grateful for the service and sacrifices of our veterans. As a United States veteran, you are entitled to specific funeral-related benefits and services. At Eggers, we have the experience and knowledge to guide you through obtaining the benefits available to you. Please ask us about the benefits that should be coming to you as a veteran or a veteran family member. Contact Eggers of Cliffside today at 828-657-6322. A veteran funeral allows us to honor and celebrate the life of your loved one and can be a very significant step in healing.
John X. Beadler grew up in Pennsylvania. With little schooling, John, who preferred to be called just X, tried trades such as shoemaking, brickmaking, broom manufacturing, farming, bartending, and gold mining, but none of them agreed with him. This short, pompous man with a drooping, untrimmed mustache bounced about from Pennsylvania to Illinois, Kansas, Texas, Colorado, and finally in 1863 he ended up in Virginia City, Montana. This was during the time the Innocents were causing a crime wave throughout the area and the Montana Vigilantes were formed. X had had some experience in vigilantism while in Kansas. He had even shown a humorous side after the bad guys had been shot by a howitzer filled with printer type. He remarked, "This should teach them to read." Most of the Montana Vigilantes remained anonymous, but not X. He welcomed any attention he could receive and became a man of legends and myths. X was the hangman of 5 road agents at Virginia City on January 14, 1864, and spent 2 years at the forefront of the Vigilantes. After the Vigilantes disbanded, X stayed on and worked as a collector of customs, stagecoach shotgun, and deputy U.S. Marshal. When X fell on hard times, many helped him out financially. A bill was even introduced to give him assistance, but it was defeated. John X. Beadler died on January 22, 1890, a bitter man, thinking he should have been taken care of because of his service as a vigilante. But he wasn't totally forgotten. On his death certificate, his occupation was listed as public benefactor. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Imagine getting the tractor you've always wanted. Well, now you can. Stop by NC Tractor and Farm Supply, talk with Phil Sheehan and his professional staff, and let them help you find the perfect Massey Ferguson tractor that's right for you. Any questions you have, they'll be happy to answer. Stop in today, 299 Railroad Avenue, NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 828-288-0395. Lou Gillen with your forecast for today. Looking for sunshine all day with highs around 45 degrees, but that wind chill as low as 20 degrees. Clear tonight, lows around 15. That wind chill value as low as 4 degrees. Sunshine for tomorrow, highs around 35, but that wind chill as low as 3 degrees. Clear over. Well, I apologize for that. The weekend didn't record a new forecast, so let me give you the forecast for today. It's going to be sunny, highs warming around 50 degrees. Now, tonight, clouds start moving in, looking for lows around 30. Then tomorrow, warmer temperatures, but it's going to be wet. Cloudy, chance of showers, highs around 50 degrees. Cloudy overnight, still more showers, lows around 40. And then for Wednesday, cloudy, more rain. Warm, though, highs around 60 degrees. Then cloudy overnight, lows around 50 degrees. 7 minutes past 8 o'clock. 19 degrees right now under clear skies at WCAB. Okay, we're going to check in with Anita at NC Works in just a second. Chimney Rock will be hosting its 19th annual Groundhog Day celebration. Tater and Yammy will be making their meteorological debut on February the 2nd, joining woodchucks all over the county to let us know if springtime is coming. Now, Tater and Yammy joined the Chimney Rock Ambassador team back in 2023. Both were brought to the Appalachian Wildlife Refuge as juveniles and were eventually deemed as unreleasable to the wild. Now, Chimney Rock is thrilled to have them at the park and can't wait to see what their first ever groundhog predictions are going to be. And this is the first time in Chimney Rock history that 2 groundhogs have shared the spotlight on the big day. Additional details on Groundhog Day celebrations throughout the county, you can go to chimneyrockpark.com, and you can also listen to WCAB as other towns will also be having Groundhog Day celebrations. Well, the deadline is drawing near for local nonprofits to submit letters of intent if they want to apply for the opioid settlement funds from Rutherford County government. The letters of intent must be submitted by Wednesday, January the 31st. 5 organizations have already expressed interest and submitted their letter of intent, and more are expected. Now, the Rutherford County Opioid Settlement Committee has worked for months on strategies for spending settlement money received from North Carolina. In 2017, North Carolina signed on to the National Opioid Litigation Lawsuit. National settlement agreements worth more than $50 billion have been reached, and as part of the settlement, Rutherford County signed the North Carolina Memorandum of Agreement, which details how much the funds can be used and how they can be used to combat the opioid overdose crisis. Well, Rutherford County is slated to receive approximately $10,810,488, but this is going to be over an 18-year period that Rutherford County will get this money. Now, in 2022, Rutherford County government created the Rutherford County Opioid Settlement Committee to advise the county commissioners on how best to use the funds. The committee is made up of local subject matter experts who work in the fields of substance abuse disorder prevention, harm reduction, treatment, and recovery. Each applicants must request a minimum of $25,000 and a maximum of $500,000 available for all 2024-2025 projects. And it's time to check in with Anita at NC Works. Good morning, Anita.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're good. How about you?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm doing pretty good.
We've had 2 holidays. We've had issues with rain and flooding and telephone lines going down. So finally we get you back.
Well, bless your heart. I didn't realize y'all had all this problems.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've got a manufacturing technician in Rutherfordton that does require a high school diploma and a year experience, an assembler in Rutherfordton that does require a year experience. Both of those the pay is dependent on experience. A social worker supervisor that is in Spindale. That yearly salary starts at $58,225 a year. That does require 5 years experience and a bachelor's degree. A setup technician on second shift in Spindale. That is $16 to $20 an hour, high school diploma in at least 1 month. We need a registered nurse out in Far City. That is anywhere from $15 to $35 an hour. That does require a nursing degree. A painter and a painter helper, both are in Rutherford. The helper pays $12 and the painter pays $17 beginning. The painter requires 2 years experience. The third shift residential staff, that is in Mill Springs, that is $15.50 an hour. That's a high school diploma and 6 months experience. A machine operator on the second and the third, that starts at $13 an hour out in Spindale. That's a high school diploma and 3 months experience. We have a highly specialized cleaning data center cleaner that is in Far City that does require a year experience, and the pay is dependent on experience. Also, tomorrow we have, New Bold will be out here tomorrow talking to people about jobs, and then also we have the post office. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong month. Forgive me. We have New Bold tomorrow, and pretty much that's the only one, and that's it for this week pretty much. New Bold will be here next week too. They're coming on Tuesdays in the mornings. Well, actually they're here all day. So.
Well, since you did mention the post office, why don't you go ahead and give that, and then people can go ahead and mark their calendars for it, if you can.
Yeah, that's that. They give me a different date, so I gotta mess that up. I'm going to have to call her back and tell her the right date. But they were taking applications for this area. That is one of the jobs that is in the system. And for Shelby area, too.
Okay.
That pay there is $19.25 an hour. And so, but for any of those jobs, if you want to us to help you with a resume, even connect you with even other employers that you may be thinking about, because there is some new employers that's coming even to Shelby. So I know people drive back and forth here, depending on the pay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, just give us a call at 828-286-3042 or come by and see us on 223 on Charlotte Road.
Okay, Anita, have a great day, and we'll talk
Have
to you
a
next
good day.
Monday.
See you next Monday.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, a lack of housing in Rutherford County is a big problem. A big problem. Well, this is true among all price points, realtors say, but it's especially true for low and middle income individuals needing more affordable housing. The Grahamtown Team, also known as G-Team, is a community development organization focused on Grahamtown neighborhood in Forest City. The G-Team has taken on the task of creating new housing in that neighborhood and improving some homes that have fallen into disrepair. The G-Team recently sold its first newly constructed house in November 2023 and is looking forward to more success in 2024. Now, according to Keisha McDowell, executive director of the G-Team, she said it took us a while to sell that first house for several reasons. She went on to say that it took about a year, but we know better now how to market and how to sell homes. She said the next new house will be ready for sale in a matter of days as officials await final inspections. She said we're working hard to build up this neighborhood. Our aim is to support this neighborhood, help it become more sustainable. The new housing is focused on lower and middle income people who are here in Rutherford County, but we welcome anyone who is welcome to buy a home and who is able to buy a home. She noted that the first home was purchased by an individual outside Rutherford County and moved here. She said this is helping Grahamtown grow. The G-Team housing program has two main components: creating brand new housing, both single home for purchase and duplex units for rent, and restoring and repairing current owner-occupied homes. She said embarking on comprehensive housing program is not cheap or easy. Upon closely examining the status of Grahamtown housing, the G-Team, including Keisha McDowell and Board President Wilfred McDowell, not related now, found that the conditions are more challenging than they originally believed. Keisha went on to say, it's a lot worse than we thought. We've found homes with people living in them that don't have hot water. There are homes with floors crumbling and lots of leaky roofs. She said the people had learned to adapt. She said heating water on the stove, using lots of buckets to catch the leaking water. Wilfred McDowell said a lot of the residents were not sure and perhaps even suspicious when told of the G-Team's plans to improve local housing. He said they didn't believe us. They initially spoke about other organizations coming into the community, talking about what they were going to do, photographing their homes, and then, of course, nothing happened. Wilfred went on to say it's taken a long time for us to tell the people here and show them that we mean what we say. We keep telling the residents that we're not the same ones who may have made promises in the past. Now, Wilfred McDowell said that the G-Team will soon undergo more intensive strategic planning soon. He said more visible improvements will continue to take place in the Grahamtown area throughout 2024. So congratulations to them. And we're going to talk more about home sales, of course, in North Carolina. And if you'd like to know more about buying or selling a home, make sure you join us on Friday mornings, 8:30. Beth Helton comes in and talks about real estate. And the lady knows her real estate. We'll take a look at our morning obituaries, being brought to you by Crow's Mortuary. It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com. Deborah Quinn Henson, 70 of Forest City, passed away on Sunday, January the 14th. No formal services will be held. However, online condolences may be made at harrelsonfuneralhome.com. Harrelson Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Deborah Quinn Henson, age 70 of Forest City. Pauline Henson Gibson, 85 of Forest City, passed away on Saturday, January the 20th at Rutherford Regional. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2. This will be tomorrow at the Pleasant View Community Church. Funeral services will be at the church starting at 2 o'clock. Burial is private for the family. Memorials in her memory may be made to Shriners Hospitals for Children, 2900 North Rocky Point Drive, Tampa, Florida, 36607. Online condolences may be made at mattmahansfuneralhome.com. Matt Mahan's Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Pauline Henson Gibson, 85 of Forest City. Larry Penrose, 82 of Boston, passed away on Saturday. Arrangements are currently incomplete and will be announced by Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home. That's for Larry Penrose. Patricia Ann Bailey Bedford, 83 of Forest City, passed away on Friday at hospice. Funeral services are today at 3 o'clock at the Oak Grove United Methodist Church. Burial will be in the church cemetery. The family will receive friends from 1:30 until 2:45 prior to the service in the sanctuary of the church. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to either the kitchen or the sound system fund at Oak Grove United Methodist Church, 1507 Oak Grove Church Road, Ellenboro, North Carolina, 28040. Online condolences may be made at PagetKing.com. Paget & King Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Patricia Ann Bailey Bedford. You can hear complete obituaries this morning at 11:30 here on WCAB.
Good morning. I'm Pastor Lee Quarles. Welcome to Coffee for the Soul, a brief devotion designed to jumpstart your service to Christ today. This is week 2 of Proverb Week here at Coffee for the Soul. Remember, a proverb from God's Word is a brief word of wisdom about issues, experiences, opportunities, and responsibilities. A proverb is words of wisdom pertaining to how to live a productive life that pleases God. A proverb is not the same thing as a promise. A promise from God is a done deal. Although a proverb is not a promise, proverbs do offer assurance, affirmation, peace of mind and heart. A proverb is a wise word about how a life of faith in God generally works. Today's proverb is most likely of a familiar one. It is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and even when he grows older, he will not abandon it. I'm sure you have heard this proverb and perhaps even quoted it to yourself or to a friend having issues with a child making unwholesome, unwise, and perhaps unsafe choices. The proverb encourages godly parenting. It assures us that modeling and mentoring our children in the ways of Christ will lead them to live a life of faith and dedication to God in Christ. That is true. A clear and consistent Christian witness in the home from both mom and dad has tremendous influence in the faith formation of their children. When we lead our children to love, trust, and serve Christ, we can count on them doing the same. Why? Because that's how it works most of the time, says God. There are, however, occasional exceptions. Sometimes a child brought up in the ways of the Lord strays. I'm sure we all know someone with this experience. So why would that happen? Because, you see, ultimately, regardless of what we are taught, we all make our own decisions. We all are susceptible to temptation and sin. When we give our children or others under the influence of our lives the foundation and the tools for constructing a life of faith and obedience in Christ, it is most likely they will follow suit, even if they stray a bit for a while. It is likely that they will return to the way of the Lord. Now, that's Coffee for the Soul.
If you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate, closings, Medicaid planning, or just legal representation, contact attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Baldwin at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. They offer years of experience and expertise. Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let the professional team go to work for you.
Robbins Painting Carpet is a friend of folks who do their own jobs around the house and friends of the professional. And they're the home of Benjamin Moore Premium Quality Paint. Benjamin Moore goes on easy the first time, every time, so save yourself some time. And Robbins also provides expert help and advice to make every project a success. Call on the team at Robbins Painting Carpet and Floor Covering today, 245-8801. That's 245-8801. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 206 Commercial Drive in Forest City. Well, if you haven't already found out firsthand, well, Green Street in Rutherfordton is closed. No more shortcuts from Railroad Avenue to North Main Street. Green Street is now closed and looks to be closed for the rest of the year and maybe even longer as they construct the bridge to go over Green Street. So again, Green Street in Rutherfordton from Railroad Avenue to North Main Street is closed for the rest of the year and maybe even longer until that bridge is constructed. However, folks who live on Green Street will be able to access their homes, but through traffic will not be able to travel Green Street. Well, an offender who stole a pickup truck and fled a work location in Raleigh on Friday has been captured. Randolph County Sheriff's deputies found the pickup truck at around 5:10 on Ramsey Gillian Road in Liberty. Offender Ronnie Dwayne East was captured in the nearby woods. East was transported to another correctional facility facing escape and vehicle theft charges. He was in a minimum custody offender at the Wake Correctional Center, serving a 4-year sentence for breaking and entering and larceny in Randolph County. He had a projected release date of 2026. His work assignment was at the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction warehouse on Legan Street, where he was found to be missing at around 3:15 on Friday afternoon. Now, on Friday, prison emergency response teams and local law enforcement were searching for Ronnie Dwayne East, who left that location. East, 41, a minimum custody offender serving a 4-year sentence at Wake Correctional Center for the breaking and entering, of course, was scheduled to be released in 2026. He's a white male, standing 5'8", weighs about 179, brown hair, blue eyes, tattoos on both arms, legs, chest, back, and stomach. He was wearing his prison-issued green pants and shirt. He was discovered missing at around 3:15 on Friday from his job. A search revealed he had stolen a state-owned 2023 white four-door Ford F-150 pickup truck had no plates on it, no plates from the site, and he was picked up later that day. And now he's going to have more time tacked on just for escaping. Sports is coming up next from the North Carolina News Network. We'll have more news, and we'll see what we can just kind of think about, talk about. And that's coming up after sports.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. Tough loss for the Carolina Hurricanes yesterday. They fell to the Minnesota Wild 5-2. Canes forward Sebastian Aho says it was frustrating to see the Wild score the eventual game winner less than a minute after the Canes tied the game in the third period.
Ideally, you try to build that momentum off a goal, but it happens. It's hockey. It's just they're trying to do the exact same thing too. So I think this good learning for us.
The Kansas City Chiefs earning a sixth consecutive trip to the AFC title game, beating the Buffalo Bills 27-24. More from Dave Ferry.
Travis Kelce caught 2 touchdown passes, and the Chiefs clinched it when Tyler Bass missed wide right on a 44-yard field goal attempt with 1:43 remaining. Buffalo led 24-20 until Isaiah Pacheco scored on a 4-yard run 40 seconds into the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes was 17 of 23 for 215 yards and the 2 touchdowns to Kelce, who had 5 catches for 75 yards.
The Lions heading to San Francisco after beating the Buccaneers inside a rowdy Ford Field. More from Denny Cap.
The Lions are heading to the NFC Championship game after beating the Buccaneers 31-23. Jared Goff threw for 2 touchdowns for a Lions team that will reach the doorstep of the Super Bowl for the first time in 32 years.
I don't want to say like this arrogantly, but we expected to win the first game. We expected to win this game, and now we get to go to a game we expected to be in against a really good team at their place, and we're going to come into it expecting to win.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Josh Reynolds all scored touchdowns for the Lions, who won their second playoff game in a single postseason for the first time since 1957. Baker Mayfield threw for 349 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Buccaneers. Denny Cap, Detroit.
And you're listening to NCN Sports.
Have you ever had a mammogram?
I could never really afford one until now.
New job with benefits?
It's the same job with NC Medicaid.
I heard they're covering more people.
Well, you can earn more and still get NC Medicaid. Full coverage, low or no copays, prescriptions too.
Was it hard to enroll?
I went to the NC Medicaid website. Took a bit of time, but it's worth it.
Are you anxious about the test?
Not as much now that I have NC Medicaid.
See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
In North Carolina, child care centers are closing. Rates of depression and anxiety are rising in youth, and kids are going to bed hungry. This cannot be the future for our state's almost 3 million children. That's why NC Child is here, and we are advancing solutions that will help kids get the education they deserve, the health care they require, and the food they need. Learn more about how NC Child is helping all kids at ncchild.org. NC Child, the voice for North Carolina's children.
Fourth-ranked North Carolina State got 24 points off turnovers, beating the Duke women yesterday 72-57. Wolfpack coach Wes Moore.
They're so good at that. They force turnovers, and they're really big on the boards. And so that was I was proud of our team for, at least minimizing their effect on us.
Correspondent Christopher Cruz reporting there's a new all-time coaching wins leader.
Tara Vanderveer won game 1,203 when the Cardinals beat the Oregon State Beavers. She spoke to the Pac-12 network after the game.
It means I've coached a lot of great players, had great staff, worked at great universities, and I'm just so blessed and so thankful.
Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Retired Duke men's basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski is now second on that all-time leaderboard. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings.
At Insurance Service Associates, we want to be your insurance agent.
We try to make it easier for you. When you ask, we will shop your insurance with multiple companies. We don't charge extra fees for making a payment. You can come by our office, or with many of our companies, you can pay us over the phone. Many of our customers come through our drive-thru. We want to make it simple because life is already too complicated. Insurance Service Associates, 245 East Main Street, or you can call us at 245-5301.
It's 8:30. Lou Gillum in the Blue Room. Your forecast for today. It's going to be sunny. Highs around 50 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight. Lows around 30. It's going to get warmer this weekend, the rest of the week, but it's going to be wet. Cloudy tomorrow. Chance of showers. Highs around 50. Cloudy overnight. Still more showers. Lows around 40. For Wednesday, cloudy, showers, highs around 55, showers overnight, lows around 50. For Thursday, more rain, maybe thunderstorms on Thursday, highs around 65 degrees. Thursday night, cloudy, heavy showers, maybe thunderstorms, lows around 60. And that's more like a spring morning. Then for Friday, cloudy, more showers, thunderstorms, highs around 70 degrees on Friday. And then partly cloudy overnight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and the weekend. By Sunday, rain finally moves out, becoming partly cloudy, maybe a chance of a shower, highs around 60. So we're looking at the temperature to go up into the 50s and 60s toward the mid-end of the week, but we got showers and thunderstorms on the way. 8:31, 29 minutes before 9 o'clock. 19 degrees currently at WCAB. Well, sales of previously occupied U.S. homes sank in 2023 to a nearly 30-year low as sharply higher mortgage rates, rising prices, and persistently low level of homes on the market combined to push home ownership out of the reach for many Americans. The National Association of Realtors said on Friday that existing U.S. home sales totaled 4.9 million last year, an 18.7% decline from 2022. Now, that's the weakest year for home sales since 1995 and the biggest annual decline since 2007. The start of the housing slump in the late 2000s. The median national home price for all of last year edged up just under 1% to a record $389,800, that according to the NAR. Now, last year's home sales slump echoes the nearly 18% annual decline in 2022 when mortgage rates began rising, eventually more than doubling by the end of the year. Now, that trend continued in 2023, driving the average rate on a 30-year mortgage by late October to 7.79%, the highest level since 2000. Now, the sharply higher home loan borrowing costs limited homeowners' buying power on top of years of soaring prices. A dearth of homes for sale also kept many would-be home buyers and sellers on the sidelines. Still, a pullback in mortgage rates since late last year, and forecasters calling for a further rate decline this year, is fueling hopes that home sales will begin to bounce back from their dismal showing back in 2023. Now, sales fell 6.2% from a year earlier. Last month's sales pace is short of the roughly 3.83 million that economists were expecting, that according to FactSet. Home prices rose for the sixth straight month in December. The national median home sale price rose 4.4% from a year earlier to $382,600. Home buyers continue to face a competitive market due to the shortage of homes for sale in the areas. Now, first-time home buyers who don't have the home equity to put toward their down payment continue to have a tough time getting into the housing market. They accounted for 29% of all homes sold last month, down from 31% in November and December. They've accounted for 40% of sales historically. Renters, potential first-time buyers, are struggling to get into the market, that according to the report. Coming up tonight, we've got Tar Heel basketball. Tar Heels and Wake Forest. Airtime is 5:30 for that countdown to tip-off. Tip-off should be around 7 o'clock, and you can hear that game right here on Pure Country, WCAB. Well, Detective David Jones with the Dow County Sheriff's Office Community Impact Team charged 25-year-old Alexandra Jaqueen Cole with felonious possession of methamphetamine, 2 counts of felonious trafficking methamphetamine, 2 counts of felonious possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, felonious possession with intent to manufacture, sell, deliver methamphetamine, felonious maintaining a dwelling for a CS, felonious possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver a Schedule 2 CS, felonious identity theft, simple possession of a Schedule 3 CS, fictitious info to an officer, carrying a concealed gun. Cole was issued a $280,000 secured bond. On January the 5th, Detective D. Jones was patrolling the area of 221 South, stopped a vehicle after observing numerous traffic violations. The driver provided a false name to detectives but was later identified as Cole. Detective Burnett and K9 Kessie assisted with the traffic stop. Kessie alerted on the vehicle for the presence of narcotics. Search turned up methamphetamine, ecstasy, mushrooms, and, of course, that concealed handgun. Well, Cleveland Community College celebrated the grand opening of its new renovated Yeti's Gym on Saturday with a ceremony held during a break between the men's and women's basketball games. The ceremony featured remarks from Cleveland Tech President Dr. Jason Hurst, Board of Trustees Chair Bill Turpish. They cut the ribbon in the refurbished gym. Extensive work was completed in the gym last year, most notably the installation of new hardwood flooring featuring the Yeti logo. In addition, new locker rooms were built for both home and visitor teams. New flooring was installed on the walking track, and a new Yeti club room was constructed. All the renovations were done to prepare for the launch of the women's volleyball, men's basketball, and women's renovations were done. The journey began back in spring of 2022 when the Board of Trustees approved adding women's volleyball and men and women's basketball, along with track and field and esports. The donors organized the ceremony to serve on the college's Board of Trustees. Alan Langley, vice chair of the board, named a scoreboard in honor of his daughters. Wayne King named the other scoreboard in memory of his parents and the locker room in honor of his family. Tony Berry named the Yeti Club room in honor of his family, and a memorial wall in the gym honors Betty Kerrigan's late husband, Charles. She said a year ago this gym looked drastically different. Now the gym is filled with athletes, excitement, cheering fans. It brings new life to our campus. Cleveland Community College celebrated the grand opening of its new gym with that big ceremony. So congratulations to them. Well, a man who worked with multiple South Carolina collegiate baseball teams was charged with alleged child neglect. According to the Oconee County Sheriff's Office, Matthew Browning Heath, 44, put a child he fathered and was responsible for at unreasonable risk of harm. Warrant said the alleged abuse occurred between November 28, 2023 and January 1st at Heath's home in Seneca. Heath allegedly pushed a child on the stairs, causing them to fall down the steps. Additionally, Heath reportedly deprived the child of food more than once, forced the child to take cold showers amidst cold weather, picked the child up, threw him on the floor, and would not allow him to use a pillow or blankets on the bed. Now, Heath worked at Clemson as a special assistant to the head coach in 2022, previously having worked as the assistant head coach and pitching coach at the University of Texas at Martin from 2019 and 2021, and pitching coach at the College of Charleston from 2011 to 2015. Whoa. Well, an upstate man's spur-of-the-moment choice to buy a $20 scratch-off ticket made him $2 million wealthier. The winning ticket was bought at the Speedy Mart at 730 Main Street in Clinton, South Carolina. He said his mind was blown. He started shaking a little. Now, though the winner doesn't have plans for the $2 million, he told the South Carolina Education Lottery that he is confident that he'll think of something to do with the money. The Speedy Mart, where he bought the ticket, they get $20,000 for selling that ticket. Well, a couple in Iredell County warns of financial scam that transferred money out of their bank account. It was October the 19th that they noticed that two $600 withdrawals were taken out of their account. They said they called the bank and asking what were those $600 withdrawals. Now, the bank told her the withdrawals were two Western Union MoneyGrams. Now, they started the claims process with the two banks trying to figure out how the money was withdrawn. Several weeks later, they did hear back. Now, Western Union has sufficient evidence that the couple were the ones who took that $600 in the Western Union MoneyGrams. Now, the couple asked them what sufficient evidence did they have, but the bank told them they couldn't tell them that. Now, according to the couple, they check their accounts every few days and exercise proactive measures. They say when they see something, they don't recognize the numbers, they call and they check to make sure what's going on. Now, the Cheeks got the Iredell Sheriff's Office involved to open an investigation. Now, some of those can be disputed, and some of them you can't, especially when they leave the country. Anything that leaves the country, Western Union, it's hard to recover that money, according to the sheriff. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office issued a few warrants for individuals involved in this case outside the country. Even the feds, even the federal, even if they do get involved on a huge case, they're limited on what they can do. That according to the sheriff. Now, as they continue the investigation, they hope the community and everyone else will take note. Now, Campbell said in 2023, the sheriff's office met with more than 400 church congregations for seminars about financial crimes and how to protect yourself. The sheriff went on to say this has really driven down our numbers by educating people. I'd much rather prevent it than investigate it. So I think the guys in the community, it helps out. If you want to call, reach out, do that. Now, the Cheeks said they have savings to fall back on to pay their bills, but hope that other families will hear their story as a warning. They went on to say their concern is, what if this happened to a young family that couldn't buy groceries because they lost $1,200? Or what if this happened to an elderly lady or elderly couple that couldn't get their medicine this month? The Cheeks went on to say they felt blessed that they were able to have money set back to pay their bills, but what if it was a family? It happened to a family that couldn't. Well, let's see. I got asked to start this one over again. Is it safe to cook with aluminum foil? For years we've done it, and I remember having sandwiches wrapped up with aluminum foil. Now they say aluminum foil is not safe, but then yes it is. But then no it's not. Well, then yes it is. Well, we'll see what this says. Well, while cooking with aluminum foil, it is convenient. Some reports suggest it is toxic. And here's what the food experts say. Now, aluminum foil is one of the handiest things that you can have in your kitchen, especially when it comes to making cleanup a whole lot easier. All you have to do is put it under your food, take it out, throw it in the garbage can. Well, aluminum is found throughout nature in various forms. That according to Marvin Buknovich, Senior Extensive Program Specialist in Food Safety and Quality at Penn State Department of Food Science. He said it can naturally be found in various foods and in water, but it can also be added to food from additives or through preparation. Now, of course, just because something is natural does not necessarily make it good for us. Does using aluminum foil in the air fryer or even in the oven take us over the edge for safe consumption, or is that just a myth? Well, what are the potential dangers of cooking with aluminum foil? Well, the potential dangers stem from the idea that cooking tiny pieces of those metal can transfer from the foil to your food. Therefore, it enters your body. According to the CDC, some studies have found a correlation between the oral intake of aluminum and the development of Alzheimer's disease. I heard that years ago. But others have found the opposite. Now, in the end, there isn't enough evidence to point one way or the other. Now, the CDC also notes that there is evidence that children who have kidney disease, which increases the storage of aluminum in the body, can develop brain and bone disease as a result of high aluminum intake. These issues are compounded by the fact that some foods seem to absorb aluminum more than others. One study published in Food Science and Nutrition in 2019 looked at the amount of aluminum transfer when baking 11 different foods for 40 minutes at 425. The highest aluminum increase was in the samples of salmon, mackerel, and duck breast. How concerned are the experts about these dangers? Well, perhaps surprisingly, experts are not overly concerned. Studies show that while there is some leaching of aluminum foil from foil to food during the cooking process, that level's low. Nothing the body cannot normally handle, that according to Buknovich. Plus, aluminum is everywhere. As mentioned earlier, it's the most abundant mineral in the Earth's crust, and it's used to build everything from cars, planes, roofs, pipes, cutlery. It's also found naturally in some plant foods such as spinach and in potatoes. Aluminum compounds have been used in consumer products like antacids, astringents, buffered aspirin, food ingredients, and antiperspirants for many, many years. That according to officials from the FDA. An adult eats about 7 to 9 milligrams of aluminum per day in their food. The amount of aluminum ingested in antacids can be as much as 200 milligrams per tablet. Levels of exposure to aluminum compounds from foods cooked in aluminum pots and pans are generally very low when compared to the levels found in the diet from natural sources and consumer products. Does aluminum foil get toxic when it's heated? Well, you can put aluminum foil in the oven, and people put food, wrapped chicken, pork chops, steaks, whatever, in aluminum foil and put them on a grill. Now, while small amounts of aluminum transport to food during cooking or when heated, some studies show that aluminum can be transferred from a can to the food without any heat involved. With that said, heat does seem to play a trigger role. Now, the amount of heat and the type of food do have an impact that, according to Bucknovich, as heat increases, so does the potential level of transfer. And this is also impacted by the food, including fish. So fish cooked in foil will have the potential for more leaching compared to a sandwich wrapped in foil for a few hours. Is it safer to use aluminum foil at certain temperatures? According to Bucknovich, you're likely are not going to be cooking your food at temperatures high enough to have a significant impact on the amount of aluminum that is transferred. Instead, the temperature you use for cooking will have a larger effect on the quality of your finished product. Food should be burnt to a crisp before the foil melts, but in general, 450 degrees Fahrenheit is about the highest temperature you would want to use. That according to Julia Rutland, culinary professional and author of Foil Packed Dinners. Now, indeed, Reynolds Wrap is one of the leading manufacturers of aluminum foil. Doesn't even give a maximum recommended cooking temperature for their aluminum foil, but they do for their parchment paper and their butcher paper. Which side of the aluminum foil is potentially toxic? When it comes to aluminum foil toxicity, there's no difference between the shiny side and the dull side. If you're using it for cooking, according to Rutland, that your concern should be not which side of the foil is in contact with your food, but which type of foil you're using. The important thing to remember is to use heavy-duty foil when cooking, especially for the foil packs. Regular or traditional foil is very thin, and edges of the food will pierce holes in it. Now, one more time on that one. The important thing to remember is to use heavy-duty foil when you're cooking, especially for those foil packs. Regular or traditional foil is very thin. Edges of the food will pierce holes in the foil. If you're still concerned about toxicity or sticking, go with Rutland's preferred foil. She said her favorite is heavy-duty nonstick. It's coated with food-grade silicone, which resists sticking. It also reduces any reaction acidic foods will have against regular aluminum. This non-stick coating is always on the dull side of this type of foil. What are the other issues with using aluminum foil in the oven? Well, according to this, aluminum foil can make baking and roasting easier, but other issues can arise, including foil that sticks to the food. If you're baking things for a while with foil, you run to the risk of them sticking and even getting tiny pieces of foil caught in the bottoms of the treats. For fast baking cookies, she says she would either use foil or parchment paper. But for treats like meringues that bake longer, Rutland says she prefers to use parchment paper. Soggy baked potatoes. Foil traps moisture, so a potato that's baked while wrapped in foil is going to have a soggy texture. Meanwhile, a baked potato that's not wrapped will have a crispier skin. A metallic taste. Unless you use heavy-duty, non-stick foil, as Rutland suggests, highly acidic foods like tomatoes, citrus, and vinegar, and high-salt foods will cause an additional reaction with aluminum foil that can give your foil a metallic taste. It's best to use an unlined pan for these. What can you use for cooking instead of aluminum foil? Well, if you're still worried that aluminum foil could be toxic, or if you have a personal or family history with health conditions noted above, opt for using parchment paper. It's typically just as effective as aluminum foil for baking. When it comes to cooking, a combination of parchment and aluminum foil might be the way to go. The report says you can get all the benefits of foil pack cooking if you first wrap the foil in parchment, then the foil. You can get all the benefits of the foil pack cooking if you first wrap your food in the parchment paper, then wrap it in the foil. Many of the recipes in her book, according to Rutland, can be cooked in parchment. but it has to be well sealed and placed on a rimmed baking sheet because the juices might leak out. And if you're cooking in a foil pack on the grill, definitely don't skip the foil on the outside, as the parchment paper can catch on fire and burn. For storing leftovers or wrapping sandwiches, you may want to consider using wax paper over foil. Wax paper will protect the food from air, and it won't stick to your food. Yeah, I've had a sandwich and try to get it the foil, and it sticks to the foil on the inside. So, yeah, I can see that part. Coming up on 10 minutes before 9 o'clock. In Rutherford County, called Southside Pizza, owned and operated by none other than the owner of Gregor's Original. So you know it's got to be delicious. They're located right across from Florence Baptist Church at 235 South Powell Street in Forest City, offering wings, pizza by the slice, a salad bar, grinders, pasta dishes, or specialty pizzas. Dine in or call in your orders, 828-305-7867. That's Southside Pizza on Powell Street in Forest City. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 until 8, Friday and Saturdays, 11 until 9, closed Sunday and Monday.
Compassion, commitment, and professionalism. These are the qualities family members need at a time of sorrow. That's why families in Rutherford County turn to Harrelson Funeral Home. The professional staff at Harrelson Funeral Home in Forest City understands your sadness, your loneliness, and your need for guidance. You'll know when you turn to Harrelson Funeral Home that your deepest concerns will be felt. You need someone to listen and guide you through the process of planning a funeral. That's why you need Harrelson Funeral Home. To make it easier on you at that difficult time, plan early for services you'll want for your loved ones. Call Harrelson Funeral Home today. That phone number is 657-6383. See why Harrelson Funeral Home is the choice for you. 1251 Highway 221A, Forest City.
Stop in soon to Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, located at 221 Daniel Road in Forest City. They're your local Bobcat tractor dealership headquarters. They also carry brands like Spartan, Toro, Husqvarna, and Red Max, offering backpack leaf blowers, chainsaws, trimmers, zero-turn mowers, and side-by-side utility vehicles. They're fully stocked for landscaping supplies, rock, stone, colored mulch, and much more. Let Tri-City Outdoor Equipment on 221 Daniel Road in Forest City help you keep your lawn and garden looking great. Visit them soon or call 828-287-8778.
You know, this might make you think twice before trying something new at a restaurant. Well, a Rhode Island woman is suing Panera Bread after she claims the restaurant chain's charred lemonade, it's called charged lemonade, left her with long-term heart complications. Lauren Scarrett, 28, drank 2.5 charged lemonades at the Panera Bread in Smithfield, Rhode Island last April, that according to the lawsuit, which was filed on Tuesday. Now, in the suit, Scarrett notes that she was an athlete who worked out regularly, had no underlying medical conditions prior to drinking the lemonade. The occupational therapist and vegetarian says she chose the caffeinated beverage because she believed it was plant-based and cleaned based on how it was advertised. But after drinking the lemonade, she reported she started having episodes of heart palpitations and dizziness. She went to Rhode Island Hospital where she was treated for AFib, atrial fibrillation, which is described as an irregular rapid heartbeat that can cause serious complications. Now, Scarrett has been prescribed medications for early onset AFib, suffers from recurring episodes of rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, brain fog, body shakes, weakness, according to the lawsuit. She also developed a tremor in one hand and can no longer work, exercise, or socialize like she used to. Now, the lawsuit claims Scarrett and her husband have been forced to put their plans to start a family on hold due to her condition, explaining that she is now high risk of experiencing complications during pregnancy. Scarrett is now suing Panera Bread for negligence, fraud, breach of implied warranties, loss of consortium. This is the third lawsuit against Panera Bread regarding the chain's charged lemonade, which has been blamed for the deaths of a 46-year-old Florida man and a 21-year-old University of Pennsylvania student. Now, Panera Bread's charged lemonade is sold in 3 flavors: Fuji apple cranberry, strawberry lemon mint, and mango citrus. The lemonades are mixed in-house by employees and placed into self-serve dispensers, that according to the lawsuit. Now, the drinks contain anywhere from 124 milligrams to 236 milligrams of caffeine, according to new warnings listed on the Panera Bread's website. The lawsuit argues that the lemonade is a dangerous drink. that isn't properly advertised as a beverage that contains high amounts of caffeine, sugar, and other additives. The lemonade is also marketed as a safe-for-all beverage that is displayed alongside other drink options. Now, in response to the lawsuits, Panera Bread has changed how the charged lemonade is advertised. Panera Bread currently advertises its charged lemonade online as a naturally flavored and plant-based beverage that contains caffeine. It also notes that the drink should be consumed in moderation and is not recommended for children, as well as those who are pregnant, nursing, or sensitive to caffeine. So, how much caffeine is too much? Well, Elizabeth Crawford, who is representing Scarrett and the families of those who died after drinking the lemonade, said in a statement that the dangerous super energy drink should not be sold. She said, if it is sold, it should have adequate warnings clearly advertising to the consumers as a super energy drink, Crawford said. They want to add to warn the clients to prevent these tragedies from happening to someone else. Now, Nexstars WPRI reached out to Panera Bread for comment, but is yet to be heard back. The company previously said 2 lawsuits filed against it are, as they are saying, without merit, adding in a statement to Nexstar that it stands firmly by the safety of our products.
People who want to apply for absentee ballots for the March primaries in North Carolina, this is the earliest the state has held a primary. Elections Board Executive Director Karen Brinson Bell tells us the last presidential election saw a big turnout.
And we were March back in 2020. And we saw strong turnout then. We had about 2.2 million folks participate in that primary, and so probably will be on par. Our overall voter registration is a little higher than we were in 2020.
Dropping out of the race for president doesn't mean Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is leaving his presidential ambitions behind. Here's CBS News correspondent Robert Costa.
If she's within 9 or less of Trump, maybe she can carry on and have a case. But if she's 10 more behind Trump, it's hard to say she really has a path to the nomination. At this point,